up, guys? Yeah. We're actually gonna spray our cars off even though it's raining out. Going to the Paul Walker meet. But I got a lot of questions already so far about the spring chopping of the Chevy Spark. Now, this is something I wouldn't recommend unless you're doing it with the rear factory springs, because the compression rate is a lot stiffer. By cutting springs, obviously you make it weaker, but since this is such a light and small car, it's not really going to affect anything. I already had a lot of bicker about that, but obviously you can see it sits a lot lower on the rear now. It did. From the top of the tire is set pretty much almost 2 inches from the top. Now I got maybe a ½ inch from the top of the tire to the top of the fender. So pretty much flush all the way around. I get barely one finger space on the rear, and same thing for the front tires. Leveled out pretty good. Obviously, you guys can see sits a lot lower. And I'm gonna show you what I mean about cutting one coil off the spring. Because the way the springs are set up on these cars is a lot different. Alright, so on the car, typical cars like a Honda Civic, say, the tail is set on the bottom of the car. The thicker end was set on the top. A lot of people are pretty retarded and they cut the tail off, and then you got all this fucking clay on the bottom like a retard. If you don't know what you're doing, you should be doing this. But anyways, on our cars, like the Chevy Spark, the tail sits on top, and that sits on the bottom of the bucket. Alright? So, explain how to cut a coil out of this. What you want to do is, from the starting point, measure directly down to right here. Okay? This to this point is one coil. So really, all you're doing is removing this section, and it's going to be exactly the motherfucking same right there. So you can cut to there, and it sits right in your fucking bucket exactly the same. Obviously, you guys can see. Let's try to find a spot with some lighting this morning. See the spring a little bit. There's no bowing. It sits right inside that bucket. You can see the tail actually right there, sitting right locked inside the top bucket. On the bottom bucket, I'm not trying to get all wet, but the bottom bucket is sitting right in the bottom bucket, locked in. Perfect. So like I said, it's not something I would do with aftermarket springs, because the springs are a lot softer, especially with B&G springs. If you use H&R springs, it's a little bit different, a little bit stiffer. But for something that's this small, compact, and light, you're not really going to see a whole lot of problem. It's going to be a little bouncy, but like I said, when we did it, it locked in both top and bottom buckets perfectly without any issues. Anyways, if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Hopefully this works out for you. Don't forget to subscribe, and talk to you guys soon. All right.